Hello everyone, myself Dr. Rajashri Tavade, Assistant Professor, DG College of Commerce, Satara. Today we are going to discuss about Business Regulatory Framework Paper 2, Subject Code 16602. Here we are going to discuss about syllabus and its subtopics. Business Regulatory Framework Paper 2, it contains various laws. Unit number 1 is about Consumer Protection Act and Right to Information Act. Law relating to corporate business entity included in unit number 2. Unit number 3, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI Act 1992. Unit number 4 is about business transaction and cyber law. What is this business law? Business law is also known as commercial law or mercantile law. Law is necessary to regulate the conduct of the people in society. This framework of policy, laws, and plans helps government to govern the business and commercial transaction in reasonable manner in letter and spirit of law. For the smooth functioning of the society and their business life, law plays very important role. So there is need to understand and discuss the legal relationship between the parties in contract or any business transaction for proper management. So my dear students, in this particular syllabus, we need to understand business related laws or commercial laws. So we will be covering Consumer Protection Act and Right to Information Act 2005 in unit number 1. If we talk about Consumer Protection Act, the object of the act is to provide for better protection of the interest of consumers and for that purpose to make provision for the establishment of consumer councils and other authorities for the settlement of consumer disputes and for other purpose. It may be noted that Consumer Protection Act is in addition to and not in derogation of any other laws. There are basic rights of consumers. The basic rights of consumers that are sought to be promoted and protected. Right to be protected against marketing of goods and services which are hazardous to life and property. Right to be informed about the quality, quantity, purity, standard and price of goods. The right to be assured, wherever possible, access to a variety of goods and services at competitive prices. The right to be heard and to be assured that consumers' interests will receive the consideration at appropriate forums. Then there are other rights, the right to seek redressal, right to consumer education. So all these rights are very essential under the Consumer Protection Act 1986. There are Consumer Council or Consumer Protection Council, Central Consumer Protection Council is there, State Consumer Protection Council is there, and District Consumer Protection Council is also there. So here we can see 3-tier system is there. Then we need to again discuss about Right to Information Act 2005. Here we need to understand that Right to Information Act 2005 is also very important law which is about transparency and accountability in the administration. Then unit number 2 is about law relating to corporate business entities. When we discuss about unit number 1 in Consumer Protection Act and Right to Information Act 2005, we need to understand the definition of consumer, complaint, complainant, service, defect, deficiency. Then we need to also discuss about unfair trade practices, consumer dispute, restrictive trade practices. Then rights of consumers, consumer dispute redressal agencies like district, forum, state and national commission. All these points we need to have to cover under Consumer Protection Act 1986. Then there is Right to Information Act 2005. So its nature, scope and importance we need to study carefully. Unit number second is about law relating to corporate business entities. Here we are going to discuss about incorporation of company, doctrine of ultra vires, and doctrine of intermanagement, company management, types of company meetings and resolutions, mergers and acquisitions, and finally winding up of company. So here we need to understand that previously there was Company Act 1956 and today we have Company Act 2013. So some provision in Company Act 1956 are even applicable today, but we need to concentrate on what is there in Company Act 2013. So all these subpoints we will be discussing in the coming lectures. Now we will discuss about unit number 3, the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI Act 1992. This act is also very important. Here we will be discussing powers and functions of SEBI, role of stock exchange, then recognition of stock exchange, trading of securities, listing of securities, then regulation of depositories. So all these points we will be discussing in the coming lectures. And finally, unit number 4 is about business transactions and cyber law. So my dear students, this topic is also very important because in this particular topic we need to discuss and study e-commerce, nature, formation, legality and recognition. Then intellectual property rights. In intellectual property rights, we need to understand the nature of this right. It includes patent, copyright, trademark and industrial design. So here we will be discussing only concepts. Then digital signature, need, formation, functions, digital significance, certificate and revocation of digital signature. Finally, we will be discussing cyber law. Under that, we will understand cyber crimes and offenses and penalties for cyber crimes. So all these 4 topics are very essential under Business Regulatory Framework Paper 2. Thank you. Here I would like to suggest that you need to use or refer books, reference material. In books, you can use Elements of Mercantile Law, this book by N.D. Kapoor. Then Avtar Singh's book is there, The Principles of Mercantile Law. You can also refer some websites which are very important. Thank you. Thank you once again.